This week on Scam School, it's advanced methods to escape from handcuffs. This episode of Scam School brought to you by Domain.com. Welcome to the show that's tired of having to explain this. Don't use any of this to escape from the cops. It's Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Brushwood, live at the Moontower Saloon, where we're going to learn advanced ways to pick handcuffs, but not with the cops. All right, toasting again. All right, back again. We got Jay Gore from the Longhorn Lock Picking Club and, of course, Jason Murphy. Now, one of the most popular episodes of Scam School we've ever done is where we showed a whole bunch of ways to escape from zip ties and handcuffs. Yep. But we tend to get the exact same comments. One is that people come up with a genius idea of, well, when the cops arrest you, they put your arms behind your back, so how do you get out from that? Number one, let me state for the record, you should not be running from the cops. That is not what we are trying to teach.
Exactly.
Number two, I don't think it really changes much, because the three main things we taught are have a key, which we had built into bootlace on the episode, which you could do behind your back, shim it, which you could do behind your back, or pick it, which you could do behind your back. The second complaint people had is they say, but when the police, and again, do not run from the cops. When the police put you in handcuffs, they always double lock them. How do you get out then? Yes. And I was talking to you about this, and you say it's actually not a problem, right?
Yeah, the same way that I would pick the handcuff keys normally, I can use that same technique to pop the double lock first.
So walk us through this. And I noticed you have a clear-cut handcuff key.
So pretty simple mechanism. The way this is held locked, there is a lever sticking out with 3 teeth, and it's being pushed down onto the bracelet that also has teeth.
And that's just a spring mechanism.
Just a ratcheting action on this lever here. If you push in, you can see we're clicking into place, but you can't pull out. The key, very simple design, it's just got a tab on the end there. So when we twist in the keyway, when it gets right about here, it's going to lift up on that lever and pull it away from the bracelet. So let's give that a shot.
And then at that point, you're good.
It opens.
Now, what happens when they do the double locking mechanism?
Now, the double locking mechanism is this bar going straight across the top. And what happens is usually there's a hole in the side here, and that's actually what this tab on the end of the handcuff key is for. Okay. It's for engaging the double lock mechanism.
Now, if you don't have one of those, you can just use a
paper
clip.
Yeah, just use a paper clip or any thin piece of metal.
Okay, so this bar here exists only to prevent the arm from lifting up off the ratchet. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you'll notice there's a gap in it right now, so the lever can move freely up into that gap.
Okay, but if I double lock it here,
yeah, we're just sliding that bar over. Now you'll notice there's a knob here that's sticking on top of the lever that will not let it move at all.
Got it. So if I were to try to, let's say I had the key, and I was gonna do what we normally do and try to lift it, it's just wedged in there. So let's say you don't even know whether or not it's double locked. You would go to pick it and you would feel this resistance. You would feel
that lever is not going anywhere. You should be able to tell pretty quickly that if it's not moving, it's a double lock handcuff.
Okay, in which case you do what?
So normally what the police or the terrorists that have you in handcuffs would do is
they would pirate ninjas who have kidnapped you.
They would stick the key in the same way, but they would twist it the opposite direction, and it actually travels pretty far up to the top of the handcuff. Right about here, it hits that bar and pushes it out of the way again. So
essentially, you just have to pick it two directions.
Yeah, so you turn one way to do the double lock, the other way to do the normal.
And of the two, the harder, I assume, is the double lock.
Yeah, the double lock does require quite a bit more force, so it's a little bit harder when you're in the cuffs, but still easily doable.
Now, I don't know if this is good technique or not, but I had the most luck just wedging it in and just running sideways. There we go. And they would bend it, and I would be good. I went in straight and would bend it during the course of moving. How do I want this set if I want to undo the secondary lock?
When you're undoing the secondary lock, you need to go the opposite direction. You need a very small hook, because what we're going to do is we're going to ride in between that rod in the middle of the keyway and the lock body. So it needs to be able to fit in this tight fit here, travel all the way around up to the top, and once our hook is at the top here, we're just going to kind of force it in this direction until we push that bar out of the way.
So if I wanted to make a hook, I would stick it not all the way down, but like part way down, and use this as a fulcrum to bend me a hook.
It's a really small space we have to fit in here.
So how about that? Is that all right?
Looks good.
This one is double locked. I can't pull it either direction. Normally I would just go in and then put the finger up to get it off the ratcheting, but instead we're going to go the opposite way, and I want to ride it all the way around this keyway.
And you should feel quite a bit of resistance up there once you get around the 11 or 12 o'clock mark. You just kind of keep riding around the keyway until you force that bar out of the way.
Oh, I feel it. It's trying. Come on.
It's a lot of force.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I feel like maybe a paperclip isn't the way to go because it's thin enough to get in there, but it's bending as I try to reach forward to the bar.
The problem is it's pretty malleable. So what I like to use is a hairpin or bobby pin. Because of its shape, it's flattened out. When you're pushing on the thin edge of it, you actually have quite a bit of force you can put against it.
Okay, well, look, I want to learn how, but first toast me.
Jarvis, initiate.
Initiation process engaged.
Come on, Jarvis. I need you now more than ever. There isn't a second to spare this time.
Initialized. What can I do for you, sir?
Okay, so here's the situation. Ultralord and all of his bad guy friends are coming after me and my super close super friends, and nobody believes me, so I gotta find a way to get some kind of credibility, and a lot of it right now.
Wait a moment. I've got it. I just registered a .com and .net for you.
You're always looking out for me, Jarvis. And you know what? Go ahead and grab the .pizza while you're at it.
Will do.
It's gonna be a hot commodity. Ultralord.
Domain.com. It doesn't matter if you're saving the world or sitting at home alone and it's really sad and we all think you're better than that. Use promo code SCAMSCHOOL to get 15% off at checkout. When you think domain names, think domain.com.
All right, so bobby pins.
Yeah, a standard hairpin. What I like to do is snap it in half. Sometimes this is actually the hardest part of it. You gotta bend it back and forth a couple times. What we're looking for is it to leave a short hook on the end of it, or if it doesn't, we can put that on there.
Oh, so it'll naturally do it if it breaks
Yeah.
at the time that you're bending.
So this is what it looks like. Got a short hook on the end.
And in this case, I assume if you don't catch a lucky break like one of these, you can still
Yeah,
wedge
just bend it in the
there.
keyway,
Yeah.
same way you did before.
How deep of a curve do you want on the end?
It needs to be shallow enough that it'll fit in between the bar in the middle of the keyway and the lock itself, so it's a pretty shallow hook.
So I'm gonna try to unpick the double lock.
That sounds promising.
Let's say my wrist is in there.
Yeah.
The only way I'd know is by making it tighter, which I probably don't want to do.
Yeah.
But, oh, I didn't get it. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeah! Okay. Nice. Okay, so now from here on out is familiar territory.
Yep.
Picked it the one way, now I just pick it the other, and...
There we go.
I escaped the pirate ninjas. I'm sorry, police officers. I would never escape you. So, okay, so bobby pins I'd never messed around with, so that's fantastic. That undoes the double lock. What else can you use?
Another cool trick is these paperclip binders. If you have it in the open position here and squeeze together, you can get out this nice little hook on the end
that's
of a
already
very
pre-done.
stiff piece. It's perfectly form fit for a handcuff.
All right, well, here, I want to see if Murphy can escape.
Oh, no.
You've never tried this, have you?
No, I've never done single lock, never done half lock.
Well,
I
here.
can't get out of the ones you buy at Spencer's.
Let's just see.
Yeah, this is gonna work, I'm sure.
This one, it's sturdy enough that you can just turn it like a normal key.
Just
and
treat it like a key.
When I was a kid, I used to practice with toy handcuffs, like behind my back, and then jumping and putting my feet through like that. That's as far as I got as escaping.
If you want to give that a try, I'd love to see it right about now.
Yeah. And I'm not supposed to put any pressure pulling outward on it, right? That might cause a problem?
I don't even know if that matters, does it?
It doesn't. It's just when you have the lock actually open, the only way you'll be able to tell is if you're kind of pushing out on your wrist a little bit to see if the bracelet opens.
I didn't get it, did I?
You might have. Oh, that was a mistake. you go in, you're gonna move towards, there you go, like that. Okay, here, I got the first one for you.
Okay.
And now you got your lesson. Just get rid of the
I
other
got
half.
the first part.
You loosen it up.
That's exactly what I thought.
I just take it right here and I'm gonna turn it.
Counterclockwise, right? So towards the inside of the handcuff.
Towards the ratchets. Oh,
I heard
I
something
heard
there for a
one.
second.
I heard one.
Come on, lock! Hate you!
You're gonna kind of wedge it up. You're not thinking so much of turning, so much as you're using the leverage
to kind of wedging and
wedge
pushing.
it up. Yeah.
Wedge and push.
Wedge and push.
Wedge.
It's my favorite 90s hip hop band. Oh, can he be taught? Yes, he can!
Well done.
Well done, sir. A man so intelligent, no cell can hold him. You know, we gotta give huge thanks both to Jagor and to the Longhorn Lockpicking Club for hooking us up with this sweet, sweet knowledge. By the way, if you're serious about learning how to pick handcuffs, I recommend getting one of those clear-cut cuffs, just like Jagor used, and guess what? They're available right now at scamstuff.com. That's gear for the modern rogue. Now, don't forget to join us next week because we are going to be preparing for our big 400th anniversary. We're gonna fold time and space so that Brian's from the last 400 episodes will come together. I just hope I don't run into this asshole. Nope. We cut, right? That's not on there? Ooh, do it again, do it again!
My big fat meaty hands.
Probably should have let you practice without them on your wrists.
No.
I escaped the pirate ninjas. I'm sorry, police officers. I would never escape you.